Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'd like to welcome you. My name is Yvette Quale. I like to create craft tutorials for beadwork, junk journaling, paper crafting, and more. And I do completed journal flip throughs. I do channel shares, do a lot of things that I like to do. So I hope you join me in my craft room. Today we're going to create some seed packets. Go ahead and show you up front what we're going to create. So I always like to show up front what we're going to make so that then you can stick around if you're going to be interested. I watched a video the other day and I had no idea what we were making till we got to the end. So anyway, I have these seed packets that I made and I didn't have a template for it, so I made one. So I'm going to show you a really simple, easy way to make these. I took the paper, I put a little bit of the Nouveau embellishment mousse on there. I went to a local scrapbook sale and I got these little jars, brand new, for 50 cents. So I have a gold, a silver, and a pearl kind of champagne color. So I went ahead and just did a little bit on the back. Totally don't have to do that. You don't have to ink around the edges if you don't want. So just really make these your own. And then the image is out of just a gardening book, and I just cut those out, rounded the corners, put a little bit of Edith Holden page on there. If you don't have that, that's fine, and a little bit of lace on some of them. I also have these really cool stamps that put a little number on things, so I just put a little number on there because I thought they looked like the seed packet sale price, you know. So let's just go ahead and look at the ones that I've made, just kind of give you guys an idea of what I did. So they're very simple, and inside I'm just going to put a couple of journal cards, and then this would be really cute to just tuck into a journal. So let's go ahead and get started. The awesome thing about this project is it uses up your 8x8 pages. So when I go to the craft store, which usually is at least a couple hours from me, well, hour and a half is the closest one, I always see these 8x8 pages and I'm like, what could I do with that? Well, this is cardstock. It was gifted to me by a friend and I really like the images in here, so that's what I used. And it was really good when I figured out that this is 8x8, and the finished size should tell you that the finished size of the seed packet is 3.5 across by 5 inches tall. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is you're going to take your cutter, and you will need a cutter and either a scoreboard, or I'll show you how to use the cutter as a scoreboard if you don't have that, because why? I can't find mine. So I had to improvise. So you want to have the paper facing you the way that the image is going to be finished on the seed packet. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to score this on one side at 2 inches. So let me put my arm in because I don't need that out. So we're going to go ahead, line that up on that 2-inch line. This is just how I do it. So if you have a scoreboard, this is even easier, right? So I just take this bone folder and I run it down at the 2-inch mark. Okay, then you're going to turn it 1/4 turn to your left, and you're going to score it at 2 inches. This is your top. Then you're going to turn it 1/4 of a turn, and you're going to score this side at 2.5, because that's going to give you, let me show you, it's going to give you this little overlap here so you can glue it down. Okay, so we're going to try to make this as simple as I can here. Score that again at 2.5 on the side, and then on the bottom you're going to score that at 1 inch. So this is the hard part for me anyway. I guess I could turn it around and do it the other way, but then I get messed up on where I'm at. So all right, so again, let me turn this over. It might be easier. I don't know if that's easier to see the score lines. But you're going to score that 2 inch along the top, 2 inch. Okay, so 2 inch on the left side, turn it 2 inches on the top, turn it 2.5 inches on the right side, turn it 1 inch on the bottom. Okay, I'll put those measurements down in my description box, so you'll have that. So we are done with the scoring cutting board thingy. Maybe we are. Let me lock that down so I don't hurt myself. All right, so what we're going to do next is you're going to take your paper, you're going to orient it to the way that you're going to be cutting it. And we are going to cut, and I do this on the back side. So we're going to turn this over. It might be hard to see, so I might have to do that on the front. Okay, I do it on the back, but you might want to do it on the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut on this score line that comes up here to the point where it joins to the score line that goes across. And this is on the bottom again. So you're going to come up and you're going to just cut right in the middle of that score line. And then what you're going to do is you're going to angle cut this a little bit. Just take a little sliver off there. So you have a little wedge that you've taken out of there. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to find that line, cut right down the middle of it, and then cut that bottom flap in a little bit. They don't have to be perfect. All right, then we are going to angle cut right here. That becomes your flap. Now you don't want that really big because that's just going to get rid of some of this bulk is all you're doing. So you find that line there, which is right there, and you're just going to go a little bit to the left of that. You're just going to cut right up like that. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing here. Now I'm going to turn this over because it's going to be easier for me to cut because I'm right-handed. So just take that and cut it. All right, then at the top you're going to cut this line over to the vertical line, and you're going to cut that top to bottom. So this whole upper corner is going bye-bye. Same over here. All right, so we're just going to come in here, and again you're going to angle cut this, or not, the top one you don't angle cut, you straight cut that. I'm sorry. So you straight cut that in, okay, and then you angle cut or straight cut that on the top. I'm sorry, straight cut up like this. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing on this side, and like I said, it's a little different here because I'm doing the pattern side so you guys can see what I'm doing, I hope. I'm just going to cut like that. You're going to turn it, you're going to cut like that. So I missed the line here. There we are. Okay, and then what I like to do, so you'll have this shape here. One side will be wider than the other. And then if you have a corner rounder, I like to round off those corners. Okay, now all you're going to do is turn this over. You're going to fold all your score lines. Use your bone folder, or if you don't have a bone folder and you knit, you can use a knitting needle to do the same thing, or the edge of your pen. My friend uses scissors. I would not do that, but I do have, in a desperate moment, used the handle of my scissors. So you don't have to have all the fancy things. Lots of times people think that you have to have all the things, and you don't. Actually, it's a lot more fun to create when you don't have a lot of things, because your creativity is more. You have to think outside the box, and you have to come up with ways to do something similar but different. So the next part is to put this all together, and how we're going to do that you can see on the back here. I have the bottom folded up just like a seed packet, so we're going to fold in this side first, and we're going to fold up the bottom, then this just comes down. Now on the back, I've thought about putting a button, I've thought about putting a piece of paper, but this is just going to tuck in a journal, so I don't really need any kind of closure on there. I kind of want it to be thinner anyway. So what we're going to do, this part comes up last. You're going to fold this over, and then this part comes here. So let me trim this up because I can see my line there was not straight. Do as I say, not as I do, right? All right, so I feel better. You guys feel better? I hope so. All right, so we're going to fold this in, fold that over, and glue that down. So what I like to do is a little bit... Oh, my lid's not cooperating. Hold on. Oh, dear. I use Fabri-Tac. You guys know that. I use it on everything. Let me clean off my nozzle here because, of course, my glue nozzle is Not looking presentable. All right. So I like to put a little bead of glue right down here. Now, not on the edge, because you do not want this to go over onto the inside. You don't want it to be down in here, because then you can't get anything in there. You might ask how I know that. So that will fold in, and then this little part here you can glue right up to the edge, because that's going to go out on this outer piece of the other flap. My goodness, I hope I'm making sense. All right, so we're going to fold this in. You see your glue there. You're going to fold this over. You're going to glue it down. And if you want to do any inking or anything like that, go ahead and do that before you put it all together. And I just ink everything. That way I make sure I get everything inked, because I tried to figure out one time on another project I did, and I was like, oh, I'll just ink it where it needs to be inked and I'll save some ink. It's like, yeah, well, that didn't work out. I had some place that should have had ink that didn't, and I couldn't put it on there. Anyway, just ink everything. When in doubt, ink it all. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fold that up. So there we have it. You guys, we just made our little, come on, you know you want to work with me. Now, some of these I did have to go in, I'll be honest, because I didn't cut my line straight, because I'm not perfect, and neither is my seed packet. So I just went in there and snipped that so that it is even. You're going to line this up with the edge, and then you're going to crease it down. Nobody will ever know, except you guys and anybody who watches this video. But anyway, so there we have it, our completed little seed packet. So I hope you guys give this a try, and go ahead and comment if you think this is a project that you would like to do. I'm going to cut this here while we're talking. And yeah, you might have to trim it up if you are a sloppy cutter like I am. Even with the tool, I still didn't cut it right. So hope you guys give it a try. It is really fun and easy little project. This would make a great Happy Mail, I think. I would certainly enjoy getting something like this in the mail with something in my seed packet, right? So I would enjoy that. And that's how I think. If I would enjoy it, I'm pretty sure other paper people would enjoy it. So again, little seed packets, DIY seed packets. Hope you guys give that a try. Hope you have a great day. If you like this video, please like the video. Push that like button. Go ahead and comment. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.